What's up, guys? It's Little Crazy Boy Aaron, and Star Wars The Last Jedi has finally arrived, and I was so excited for this movie. Star Wars The Last Jedi is the sequel, of course, to The Force Awakens, and if you guys didn't know, I love The Force Awakens. I know that many people don't like it, but I love The Force Awakens, and to this day it is still my third favorite Star Wars movie. But to be honest, I was probably more excited for The Last Jedi than I was for Force Awakens. But let's just jump right in. Here are my thoughts on Star Wars The Last Jedi. Just to let you guys know, this video will not contain any spoilers at all. I'm just going to talk about my thoughts on the film. And, yeah. Last Jedi continues with Rey trying to become a Jedi. We see her give the lightsaber to Luke, and at first, Luke does not want to train Rey, because he has completely given up on training, because he saw what happened when he had this, temple where he trained a bunch of Jedi, and he saw what happened to Kylo Ren, on how he his training didn't go so well, and he became Kylo Ren. And eventually Rey convinces Luke to give her some lessons. Now, every scene involving Luke or Rey or just the both of them are amazing. They're some of the best scenes in the movie. Mark Hamill probably gives one of his best performances as Luke in this one. Meanwhile, Finn, after recovering from his injuries in The Force Awakens, wakes up and eventually runs into a new character by the name of Rose. Rose and Finn decide to help each other in trying to take down the First Order, with Poe helping out from behind the scenes. The stuff with Finn and Rose is not bad by any means. It's not as bad as other people are making it out to be, but it's just not as interesting as some of the other stuff going on. Kylo Ren is very interesting in this movie because he's even more conflicted about himself, even more so than he was in The Force Awakens, and the stuff with his character is great, and some of the stuff that happens with his character is just crazy. However, The Last Jedi is not a perfect film. It does have many problems. Again, like I said, with the stuff with Finn and Rose, I have some of the same problems that I had with Thor Ragnarok. And that's the humor in the film. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against the idea of Star Wars films having humor in them. Like, all the films have humor in them. But I feel like The Last Jedi has too much humor, and humor where there doesn't really need to be any. For example, the scene where Rey gives Luke his lightsaber, he kind of just tosses it over, and he just kind of walks off, and they're trying to make it this, like, funny moment, and that's fine, but it would have been better if maybe he just threw it on the ground and just stormed off, and that would have been kind of better. But I don't know, am I nitpicking too much? Probably, but it's just a small complaint I have about the film. A little bit of minor spoilers, they're not too much, but there's a scene where Snoke and Kylo Ren and Rey are in a room together, and it felt kind of like Return of the Jedi, where the Emperor was sitting in his seat talking to Luke, and Darth Vader was standing there, and this is kind of the same thing. Snoke is sitting in a seat talking to Rey, with Kylo Ren standing there, and it's kind of like, it felt exactly like Return of the Jedi. Now, what happens, like how it's executed, is different from Return of the Jedi, but it just feels the same as Return of the Jedi, and I didn't really like that part. A great thing about the film is the amazing visuals. The visuals are stunning, especially in a scene where Rey uses the Force to lift up a bunch of big rocks to help the others, and oh my god, that scene was amazing. But that's really all I can say without spoiling the film, because basically the rest of it is pretty much all spoilers. And I really want you guys to experience this film for yourselves if you are planning on going to see it, so that's why I don't want to give away any spoilers in this video. But do I like The Last Jedi? Absolutely. It was a fantastic film. I wouldn't say it's better than The Force Awakens. I feel like The Force Awakens is just a bit better, but I honestly think it's my 4th favorite Star Wars film, next to Force Awakens. So I would absolutely recommend it if you were a fan of Force Awakens. This is a terrific sequel. So some of you might be wondering why I didn't give my thoughts on the other Star Wars films before reviewing this one, because that's usually what I do. The thing is about that, I don't really want to review the rest of the Star Wars films because I don't want to add to the countless reviews that have been made about all the films, especially the prequels, and there's just so many reviews out there. I don't need to add to the list because my thoughts are basically the same as most people's thoughts. Don't really like the prequels. The original trilogy is fantastic. Rogue One to me was pretty disappointing. I love The Force Awakens, and I like The Last Jedi. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Love The Last Jedi. It was a great film overall, and it was just so fun. So my next video is probably going to be maybe a Christmas vlog, depending on if I have a friend over, and maybe then my next video will be the What I Got for Christmas video 2017 edition. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, Crazy Army.